Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what is the proper way to access static variables and static methods in Java? Let me answer. In order to access the variables and methods in Java which are specified with static non-access modifier or keyword, then we have to access them with the help of the class name. Okay. If they are not specified, if these variables and methods inside the class are not specified with static, then in order to access them, we have to create an object for the class, and using the object reference, we generally access the normal variables and methods which are not specified with static. But if these variables and methods in that particular class in Java are specified with static non-access modifier, then with the help of class name itself, we can access. We don't have to access them with the help of object reference, or there is no need of creating an object for accessing these variables and methods, okay, with object reference. So the simple straightforward answer for this question is using the class name, we can access the static variables and static methods in Java, okay. Let me practically demonstrate this one for you so that you'll be able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here, I'm going to create a new class. Okay, I'll just say class S. Okay, I just give the name class S. Click on finish. Some sample class I'm creating, guys. Okay, inside this class, I'm going to create some variables and methods. Int A is equal to int A, otherwise, then int B, then public void sample1, I'll say sample1. This one method. Some variables I created inside this class, some methods I'm creating. System.out.println inside sample1. Okay. Similarly, I create one more public void sample2. Okay, sample2. And in this, I'm going to write a sample print statement saying inside sample2. Okay, like this, I created some variables and methods. Now, before one of these variable, I will mention static keyword or static non-access modifier or static modifier, whatever you call. And before one of this method also, I will mention static. So in these two variables, one of them is static variable, other one is instance variable. It's not a static, so non-static or instance variable. Whereas this particular method, which is specified with static keyword or static non-access modifier or modifier, is a static method. Whereas other method, which is not specified with a static modifier, is nothing but a instance method. Okay, it's not a static method. Okay, non-static method or instance method. Okay, fine. Now, if I have to access these members of this particular class from outside the class, then let's say I'll create a new class. Okay, just to see whether I'm able to access these members of the class and what are the ways I can access the static members and non-static members of the class. Okay, I'll create this demo s. Click on with main method I'll create, so that inside the method I can create the objects and all. Okay, let's see what will happen here. So I'll just minimize this so that you can have more space to see the code. Here we have the class containing one static variables, non-static, which is a non-static or instance variable, and this is a static method and this is an instance method, okay, or non-static method. Now, in order to access the instance variable and instance method, which are not static type, then for that I need to create an object for the class, right? So like this new, generally we need to create an object for the class for accessing the instance variable and instance method, which are not static type. Okay, CS I will say, and I'll just declare this with classes. Okay, done. And using the object reference, I can access the variable B and this sample2. I need to access generally. Okay, if I say CS dot, okay, so here A is also coming, but that's not the right way, guys. Okay, I should not be using the object reference to access the static variable and static method, even though there is a possibility, but using object reference, that's not the right way. Okay, so what is the right way? I'll tell you. So here I'll simply say cs dot a is a you say I should not be using here cs dot a I should not be using. Why? Because a is a static variable. I should not be accessing that using the object reference. Okay, even though a option is coming, but I should not be doing that. I have to access b because in an instance variable I can access by creating an object and using the object reference of that object. I can access that and I can give some value here. That's fine. Okay. Now similarly, I can call this instance method, which is a non-static one, with the help of object reference. Okay, object related stuff only will access with the help of this object reference. Okay, so here we have sample2. I can access it without any problem. Okay, But if I try to access cs.a with object reference like this, you see you are not getting any error, but you are getting a warning message saying that the static field should be accessed in a static way. Okay, it's not the right way. It's giving a warning. It's not giving an error, but it's giving a warning. Similarly, I can call the sample one also, but with a warning. Okay, you get a yellow color warning here. It's not an error saying that it should be accessed in a static way. What is the static way of accessing? If I'm not going to create an object for accessing this static variable, and I'm not going to use object reference to access this static variable and static method, then how can I access? With the help of class name. What is the right way? You see, what is the proper or right way to access static variables and static methods in Java? The right and correct way is by using the class name in which they are created. For example, in order to access this static variable A, I have to access something like this: class S, name of the class dot A is equal to 10. This is the right way, guys. You see, I'll not get any warning message this time because this is the right way of accessing. You see, I'm not getting any warning. Okay. So again, to call the method also, class s dot sample one, right? Sample one is a static method. You see, I'm not getting any warning message or error. Okay. So for accessing the static variables and static methods in Java, we have to use the class name. For accessing the non-static variable and non-static, that is instance variables and instance methods in Java, we have to create an object, and using the object reference, we have to access them. So hope guys you got the answer for this question with practical demonstration in this session. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.